Come on, y'all.
Hi, it's Leslie Langdon with another episode of Unity TV. This week we are using Unity stamps by Susan Weckesser called Create Your Day, and they're very adorable. And we're going to make a little scene on canvas, and we're going to put it inside this frame. And it's a 5x5 matting that we have there. So I'm using some Spellbinders, the square die template and the scallop square die template to die cut a piece of felt and some canvas. And to help make the cut better with the grand caliber, what I'm doing is putting a piece or two of just regular print paper, copy paper that you use at home. And this really just adds a little bit of extra pressure in the plates to make the cuts of the fabric that much better and nicer. Okay, so at the end we have our piece of scalloped square in the felt, and we have the linen that is also the square. And we are going to use some distress stains from Ranger, tumbled glass, and peeled paint, and it's going to create our background. So you can start with a wet piece of the canvas. You can wet it first and then do this. So I just dabbed on the tumbled glass for the sky, and you'll see that it's mainly 2/3 of the piece. And then I'll use the peeled paint to be like the grass, and that'll be the bottom third. So the canvas is still damp. And you'll see what I'll do here is I'll rub and I'll work the colors in together with my thumbs. And it'll just be a more vibrant background, which is what I was looking for. Okay, and you're going to want to let this dry as well. I'm just dabbing up some of the excess distress stain there. But to speed up the process, I'm going to take out my heat gun and just give it a dry so that we can start stamping on it. Okay, I just put it on the white background so you can see the colors better. And if you like the clean and the flat ironed look, now is the time to iron that fabric. Just so that, you know, when you put it in your frame, it's nice and flat. I left mine crinkled because I like that look. All right, and to do our stamping with the Unity stamps, we're going to be using palette ink. It's a hybrid ink. It's great for working on fabric. And you can heat set it afterwards, and we can color with it. And in fact, we'll be using Copic markers to add color to our little scene. So you can see here using that black palette hybrid ink, it stamps really well onto fabric. So I'm going to grab some Copic markers, and I'm going to color the sun and the house. And the sun first, when you're coloring on fabric, just be aware that the Copics might bleed a little bit, so be kind of like, you know, when you're coloring, you can flick instead of just really saturating it. So just be aware of your lines and stay not too close to the lines, just stay inside a little bit. Okay, so I'm using blue for the main house, green for the top, and then I'll reuse blue for the chimney, and then red for the door, just to give it a little pop of color. Okay, and then to really dress up this image, I'm going to use some Stickles by Ranger. I'm going to use a nice yellow, really bright, and I just want to make sure that that line in the stamp stays defined. So I'm taking something like a stylus pen, and I'm going over and through the Stickles and bringing it up so that I can still see that lovely line or hand-drawn image there, the detail in it. So I'm using a Webster's Pages paper to set this on. Okay, so I just wanted to put a frame around this image or this scene to just really make it pop. So I'm going to be using a distress marker, black soot, and I'm going to go around with a ruler, and I'm going to be consistent about the how far I go into the image to make the frame. So I'm going to measure with this Tim Holtz ruler. It's so easy to make sure that you use the same width in from the edge, because there's like a little dotted line. I don't think you can really see it there, but it really helps me get the exact measurements. Okay, so this just really helps frame the image, helps make it pop, and when we put it in the frame, it's already framed on its own. And to adhere these together, I'm going to be using Fabri-Tac by Beacon Adhesives, and this just is great for any time you're adhering fabric to fabric, even fabric to paper. It's just a great product and it just sticks so well. Okay, so this is pretty much ready to go in the frame. And we'll get the glass on top, and we'll take a couple pictures, and there you go. Easy art with Unity stamps. Those are designed by Susan K. Weckesser. So she's a relatively new co-brand for Unity. Check her out. Check out all her other stamps that she has available on Unity's website. And there you have it. Take care and have a great day.